This is the installation video for cavity mechanism number 21. Inside the crate you'll find the glass dome and base, two wooden installation tools, two clamps, cotton gloves, a small bundle containing the metal parts, and the rock wrapped in foam. The first thing you'll want to do is take the two clamps and the C-shaped installation tool and clamp the tool to a table or other flat surface. Next, take the bundle that the metal parts are wrapped in and unwrap everything inside of it. Take the rock, unwrap it, and lay it out there as well, and grab the second wooden installation tool. The second installation tool is what you'll use to make sure all the parts are lined up properly. It's a little bit finicky to use, but it's the best thing I've found to install this piece so far. First thing you'll want to do is clean off the pads, make sure there's no lint and they're otherwise pretty clean, and kind of pop them into the second tool. It's a little bit tricky. I actually found that doing it without gloves was a little bit easier in the long run, but if you wear the gloves you'll keep fingerprints off your piece. I don't think it matters too much. I did tape the rock on top. That was a position that I found to work rather well when I installed the piece. So I would recommend using that as a top for your rock. The installation tool has square sides and is designed to let the ends of the mechanisms kind of sit flat and square against the ends. What you're looking for is you're looking for all 3 points on each side to contact the rock, and you're looking for the back of the mechanism to sit square against the tool. And so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to adjust the points so that they're even, from looking from the front and from the top, and that they're all touching. And then I'm checking with my thumb and pulling the back of the mechanism against the wood to see if everything is square. Once I can pull on both sides and it doesn't move much, then I know that things are pretty much set for me to install the mechanism into the dome. Once it's all set, just give it a squeeze, hold it with your thumb and forefinger, and you can lift it straight out of the tool. This next clip shows me installing the piece all the way from the beginning. As you can see, I'm starting again with the second wooden installation tool. You'll need to use that every time. I have installed it in the past without that, but it takes a long time and a lot of trial and error trying to get everything lined up before it goes into the dome. See, there's a little bit of play on the top, so I'm adjusting the rock, testing by wiggling the rock back and forth. I can see if the ends of the piece move a little bit, and I'm adjusting the rock a little more. Still a little bit of play, so a little more adjustment. And taking it over to the dome. I liked the dome low when it was clamped, when the tool was clamped to the table. I tried it up taller. I initially screwed the installation tool directly to the crate and put that on the table, and found that I wasn't in as comfortable of a position. If you're more comfortable standing up, by all means just screw that wooden, the first tool to the crate and put it on a table, and then you can work standing up. But for me, crouching was the way to go. So once it's in the dome, I'm still rocking the rock back and forth. This time I'm looking at the bases of the mechanism, and I'm trying to see how they hit the glass. There are 4 points. It's the whole idea with the second tool is that you're trying to get everything parallel so that you can, in an ideal world, you would get all 4 rubber pads to contact the glass. So when you put it in, I hold one side up against it and I'll wiggle it. And then if you see opposite pads aren't touching, you can rotate that either way until you're getting all 4 pads to touch on that side. See, that's the upper left wasn't touching, so I rotate it a little bit, and then it was good. Then I can swing the other side up into position, and then push the sides up or down to get the angles even. If you have one side that is a steeper angle than the other, push that side up and it'll flatten out that side and raise the angle on the other side. Once it's installed, give the piece a quick visual inspection. You're looking to make sure that all the points are touching the rock, and you're also trying to see that at least, hopefully, 3 of the 4, if not all 4 rubber pads are contacting the glass dome. If only 2 pads are contacting the dome, it'll probably stay up, but it won't look quite as nice. I would remove it and try it again. Afterwards, you can remove the dome, put it on the base, remove your fingerprints, and that's it. Congratulations, you've done it. I've added this last clip just to show how long it can take to get the pieces lined up properly. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away. I'd also like to throw out that the glass domes are all hand blown, so if for this wooden tool to work, ideally the sides of the dome would be perfectly parallel, but because they're hand blown, the sides are can be a little bit off. If you're really having problems with one orientation of the glass dome, try rotating it a little bit and then try installing it again. As you can see here, I had taken off the tape and forgotten which part was the top, and it takes a little bit of trial and error trying to get everything to sit square. But if you keep rotating the rock, if you don't have an idea of which side is the easiest side to install it as up, then try rotating it. I mean, it can probably go quite a few ways in there, but it's just you'll just need to keep moving the rock and positioning it in the second wooden installation tool until you get the side square. One thing I found that when I chose this rock for this piece, I chose the rock because it has a convex side and a concave side. My thoughts were that the 3 points on the concave side would hit when the piece was pretty much parallel with the rock, and the convex side would allow me to fine-tune the adjustment. It kind of works like that, but it does take a little bit of trial and error. But with some time, you'll be able to do it. I would recommend practicing a few times before you take the tape off, but then don't forget to take the tape off on your final installation. Good luck. Please contact me if you have any issues or really running into trouble installing it.